What's going on, all you wild Walton Goggins enthusiasts out there? I am Henry Hill, and I am joined tonight by my good mate,
Just call me the ghoul.
hey, the ghoul himself, Uncle Logan Myers. It's great to be joining you tonight, my kind sir, and we are back to talk about Amazon Prime's, big hit show based on the video game series. Going into the second season, we are following Lucy and the ghoul, Walton Goggins and Ella Purnell, and they are going to New Vegas because after the events of the first season, Lucy's father, played by Kyle MacLachlan, uh, you know, we found out he was the big villain and he fled to New Vegas and they're going to go back and they're looking for some revenge. And along the way, we learn more about the ghoul's backstory as well as the overseer Hank McClane and Lucy McClane. We learn much more in this story. We're also introduced to new actors and new characters. Uh, Robert House, Justin Theroux joins this season. So we're going to dive right in. We are talking about season two of All
Wow.
Out.
Let's get lucky, shall we?
That's right, folks out there. These wild rascals are back at it. Those wild dads love playing their video games, and this season kind of picks up, with the Fallout New Vegas game that came out in 2010, going into a post-apocalyptic, Las Vegas, essentially. Searching for Hank's character, Kyle MacLachlan, playing Lucy's dad, embarking on this journey. These characters behind me, the dog from the video game, which I absolutely love, but embarking on this journey, going to find Hank's character. And they come across a lot of new characters and groups of people on this journey. And, really the heart of this new season are the three characters behind me, Maximus, the Ghoul, and Lucy.
The three of them for sure. And we're introduced to a lot of new characters, like I was mentioning before. One of the more interesting cameos this season, Macaulay Culkin out of nowhere. Yeah, we kind of meet this new group. They're almost like Romans. They're like Roman soldiers. It's kind of weird, like Caesar, and like it's like a whole, emperor and that kind of theme group that's out there. So you have all these factions, obviously, in this, post-apocalyptic world here, and they're all trying to, determine who's going to be the leader and all that. And yeah, Macaulay Culkin shows up one episode. I'm like, oh crap. I didn't even know Uncle Mac was going to be in this, and sure enough, he showed up along the way. Had some cool scenes. It was awesome to see him. Justin Theroux joining this season. His character, like we mentioned, before that he joined the cast. He plays this, kind of behind the curtain guy who's controlling the robotics and is all behind, the company that's involved in Vault Tech. And of course, tie in Vault Tech and, Overseer Hank and the Ghoul together. We go back and see more flashbacks from the Ghoul himself, Walton Goggins' character, Cooper
Howard.
Howard, and yeah, we basically see what happened and how they got to this place with Vault Tech and what it all meant. Like how did the end of the world happen here? We dive more into that, and you find out that everything was tied to this evil dude, um, Mr. House, played by Justin Theroux.
Yeah, we get more of the backstory of Cooper Howard. We got some of that in the first season, but this is really kind of involved with back then. His, introduction to Robert House's character, Justin Theroux. Um, Cooper Howard and his wife, what his wife was up to. Like, there's, putting all the pieces together in this puzzle is really interesting. Seeing back in the day, it looked like, Mad Men or, something like mid-century, 50s, 60s. The attire, the music, everything, and, seeing Walton Goggins and all these different characters and all these movies and TV shows. Yeah, he was incredible as the
Yeah.
ghoul. And of course, Cooper Howard, kind of that suave, sophisticated, hunk of a man, back in the day, and see where fast forward all these years later, hundreds of years later, and him as this ghoul character. Another thing that's pretty interesting in this season, you're seeing more of the ghoul characters, like kids and other people too, and see what that's all about.
Leads to a lot of cool action scenes where the ghoul and Lucy, on their journey to New Vegas, come across a lot of dangerous creatures. There's a lot of creature attacks and factions that they come across that they have to battle and survive against, which leads to some pretty gnarly kill scenes. They brought over the gore that was much featured in the first season with body parts flying apart, a lot of gore. Eventually the ghoul gets impaled this season, and he's on this big pole, and he has to free himself. Well, he's stuck on this pole for so long, he basically has to like pull himself up. So it's the pole's right in the middle of his stomach, and he has to break free by pulling himself all the way through the top of the pole. It's pretty gnarly. So you get action sprinkled in here. You get pretty much everything in the show. You get drama, you get the beautiful, look of the times of the 50s, and then this, post-apocalyptic world that's created here too. And then headed to New Vegas. The, city itself was a character this season once they got to New Vegas, seeing all the old casinos and, all that, you get the whole aesthetic of Las Vegas, and then you throw that all together, and you finally saw the reunion between Lucy and her father Hank, and that led to some great scenes there, and Lucy trying to basically stop her father from what he's planning to do and what the company behind it all is planning to do. And of course, Hank makes it seem like he's not doing anything wrong and that he loves Lucy, and is he going to be able to convince her to come to his side and see it the way he sees? So you have all these, family dynamics at play too this season between Lucy and Hank.
They had
Remember,
all this stuff going on in the vaults themselves and this character, and then there's this wedding going on. Like there's a lot of
yeah,
stuff going on, but you don't get lost in it. It's all very interesting, and it, comes
yeah,
together, but you don't get lost. Wait, what's going on here? But yeah, I'm down in the vaults. I love the outfits and everything that are true to the video games. I love all the
yeah.
characters in this, and I think I like this season a little better than the first, just because the character arcs and Ella Purnell I think is getting even better uh, from season one to season two. She has a lot more to do.
Mhm.
More's on the line, and her going against her father that turns out to be a piece of crap. Sets up some really great scenes towards the end of this season. Love her relationship with Maximus as well, and her relationship with the Ghoul and their journey this season. I thought was really incredible. Some really cool action scenes, introduction of new groups. Macaulay Culkin returning, in a few episodes. I thought he was fantastic. Also surprised me. I didn't know he was in Fallout, but I want more of it. And yeah, Justin Theroux's character, Robert House, big player, video games and everything, what that's going to lead to in the upcoming seasons. I really enjoyed the hell out of this new season two. Fun watch, watching this weekly. Really put a lot of money into the series, and I can't wait for more. It makes me want to go back and replay the video games until we can get the next season. So highly recommend Fallout Season 2. Check it out. It's on Prime Video. So with that being said, I'm going to give the new season, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 Ella Purnell hair pieces.
I really enjoyed everything about this season too. Had a little bit of everything. I got to know these characters even more. Love the dynamic. Love seeing Lucy and the ghoul together on this journey and both going after Hank. We finally learned, Hank was basically had a lot to do with both of these characters and all the trauma and everything, and them getting to get some sort of revenge, and hopefully, by the end of the episodes and the end of the season, you get to see how everything resulted. I can't wait to see where things go from here. I love all the, all the cast and the characters here, like you mentioned. There's a lot of side stories too, but each one are interesting. A lot of great characters and actors in this series, and very, you can tell the budget's high on this too. Everything looks great. The CGI looks great. The monsters, the effects, a lot of it looks practical. Really appreciate that, of course, as we always do. And yeah, I had a great time with season 2 of Fallout. Highly recommended, and can't wait for season 3. So with that being said, I'm going to give Fallout season 2. I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5 Johnny Pemberton ghoul pieces.
So I want to hear from all you wild gamers out there. What did you like about season 2 of Fallout? What didn't you like about it? Do you like the first season better? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, check out these wild Justin Thoreau impersonators on Facebook, X, and Instagram, and our website, Cinephellas.com, for the latest, greatest TV, movie news, and reviews.
And that is right. Thank you guys for watching our review of season 2 of Fallout. We can't wait to see where this series is headed in the next season. Love these characters. Kyle MacLachlan killing it. Ella Purnell, great. And Walton Goggins, careers never been better. And love this character, the Ghoul. And Cooper Howard. Thank you for watching our review of season 2 of Fallout. Until the next Cinephellas TV review, I am Uncle Henry Howard.
And I'm Ella Purnell, signing out to the next TV review.
Cheese!